On Global TV News Prime, Tinubu pays tribute to late Namibian leader Nujoma. In business, federal government pledges stable power supply during Ramadan. On the foreign scene, 4 dead, several missing after Indian avalanche. And in sports, President Tinubu urges NFL star Ojomo to mentor local athletic talents. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria app for mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has paid glowing tribute to the late founding president of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Sam Nujoma. Tinubu, represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, spoke during a state burial for the late Namibian leader held at Heroes Acre, Windhoek, Namibia. Shettima, in the company of several African heads of government, joined President Nagolo of Namibia at the state burial, where he paid Nigeria's last respect on behalf of President Tinubu. The Community Court of Justice, Ecowas, has delivered its ruling in a case concerning Khalifa, Abiola and 2 others and the federal government of Nigeria over alleged claims of human rights violations involving late Kudirat Abiola. In its ruling, read by Honorable Justice Edward Amoako Asante, George Rapporteur, the court declared the case inadmissible because the applicants lacked the capacity to sue in the case as they neither established evidence of direct relationship with late Kudirat nor presented any legal mandate to sue as indirect victims on behalf of her estate. The National Association of Nigerian Students has called on President Bola Tinubu to wade into the altercation between the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the Senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The association made the call in a statement signed by its National Vice President, Shileola Akimbodunse, in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital. Akimbodunse urged the president to settle the rift between the lawmakers before it degenerates further and causes international embarrassment to the country. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 elections, Atiku Abubakar, has highlighted the economic hardship facing Nigerians and urged the government at all levels to take concrete steps to ease the burden on citizens. In a statement on his official X account, Atiku emphasized the importance of generosity, urging Nigerians to extend support beyond their immediate families. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has described the late former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, as one of Nigeria's finest military officers. The governor made the description during the renaming of the Ikeja military cantonment to T.A. Lagbaja Cantonment. Sanwo-Olu stated that this is more than a change of name, calling it a statement of respect, gratitude and recognition for courage, sacrifice and service. Imo State has recorded a significant reduction in maternal mortality alongside improvement in skilled birth attendance and immunization coverage. Commissioner for Health in the state, Dr. Prosper Ohayaga, disclosed this in an exclusive interview with Global Television's Amarachi Ibe.
Dr. Ohaya said the state performed well in key health indicators during the last annual joint review, particularly in maternal health and immunization coverage. He noted that the maternal mortality rate has dropped, attributing this to availability of more skilled birth attendants and improved healthcare services, noting further that immunization coverage has reached approximately 73%, a major milestone in the fight against childhood diseases.
So, our maternal mortality rates is 576 per 100,000 live births in Imo State. This is one rate that has beaten so many rates in the country. The maternal mortality rate in Imo State is actually the very best.
Dr. Haya commended the state governor, Hope Uzodinma, for his continued investment in health sector, which he acknowledged has enabled significant progress in maternal and child health care. He also emphasized government's commitment to strengthening primary health care centers, ensuring that essential medical services are accessible to communities across the state.
Imo State was doing very well with skilled birth workers. We did quite well in our immunization, which has about 73% coverage, but we need to do more. And we are not yet out of the woods. We are moving towards getting out of the woods.
With dedicated healthcare professionals working at the grassroots level, the state continues to improve access to quality medical services. Emelde Edozie, a front health worker, shared insights on the critical role of community health personnel in delivering care to families.
It's a vibrant and functional health center serving the community. Here, we do so many activities to help the community. We give them antenatal care, we do delivery, and so on. We do lab services. We do laboratory investigation. All of the lab services are being done here. So people come here to do their lab tests in full.
With the ongoing efforts to enhance healthcare delivery, Imo State government is focused on achieving a better healthcare outcomes for its residents. Experts says continued investment in maternal and child health programs is the key in sustaining these gains. In Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will not conduct any by-election into the Rivers State House of Assembly until the cases before the court is finalized. Reacting to a statement credited to Rivers State Governor accusing the Commission of selectively choosing and conducting by-elections into vacant positions, the Commission says while it is aware of the situation in Rivers State, it will not comment on it because of its sub judice. In a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Commission's chairman, Rotimi Oyekumi, INEC appealed to people occupying high public offices to be circumspect in their public statements before misleading the public and casting aspersion on public institutions. Wife of Ogun State Governor Dakwa Abiodun has emphasized the importance of early cancer detection, urging individuals who have received key messages on cancer prevention and treatment to spread awareness within their communities. Speaking during a cancer awareness and screening program organized by the Ministry of Health and a Joseph Foundation at the June 12 Cultural Center, Abeokuta, Mrs. Abiodun stressed that early detection significantly improves treatment outcomes and saves lives. You're watching the live broadcast of the News Prime. When News Prime returns, again, Gaza ceasefire deal hits critical moment. We'll bring you details of this from the foreign scene as well as stories from business and sports segments after the break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you a live broadcast of the News Prime. A quick look at business. President Bola Tinubu says the federal government revenue has increased to 21.63 trillion naira while reducing budget deficit to 4.127% from 6.2% in 2023. The president, who stated this while signing the 54.99 trillion naira 2025 budget into law at the presidential villa Abuja, says his administration achieved the results through strong fiscal discipline. He noted that the 2025 budget will ensure transformation, empowerment of the people, and build a resilient future for Nigerians. The federal government is owing the electricity generation companies and electricity distribution companies over 4 trillion naira subsidy. Minister of Power, Abiola'S, revealed this in Abuja at a public presentation of the National Integrated Electricity Policy and Nigeria Integrated Resource Plan. However, Abiola'S regretted the heavy debt that's hanging on the neck of the government, saying the debt had posed a serious problem on the sector. Breaking down the debt, the minister says while 2 trillion naira is owed to GENCOs as legacy debt, another 1.9 trillion naira is owed to them as part of electricity subsidy for 2024, and DISCOs are owed for 450 billion naira for 2024 electricity subsidy. In the meantime, the federal government has disclosed plans to restructure electricity distribution companies, citing unwillingness of players to invest in the sector. Abiola'S, Minister of Power, says made this known in Abuja during the public presentation of the National Integrated Electricity Policy, where he stated that the distribution companies have continued to perform below expectations financially. He says the poor fiscal health of the distribution companies is affecting their ability to attract finance from banks. The Minister of Power has also promised that there would be stable power supply in the holy month of Ramadan, which starts today. In his message to all Muslims, Abiola'S says he was aware of the challenges faced by Nigerians as far as electricity is concerned. He acknowledged that Muslims would need increased energy consumption during the period of fasting, adding that the ministry is working hard to ensure the supply of stable electricity during and beyond the month of Ramadan. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has announced a 6-month closure of Ibadan Airport beginning in the early March to facilitate comprehensive maintenance and upgrade works. In a statement shared via his X handle, the agency's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Michael Achimugu, says the decision was necessary in order to carry out the necessary maintenance. President of the Association for Forest Conservation and Green Industrial Charcoal Merchants, also known as Charcoal Legality, Omolala Johnson, says Nigeria might be banned from the exportation of wood and charcoal to European countries if it fails to meet the December 2025 deadline Trade Act on exportation and on non-deforestation related products. She made this known during the training program organized on European Union deforestation regulation held at the University of Ibadan, Oyo State. Johnson, however, emphasized the need for a change of narrative attributing wood and charcoal processing to deforestation that the EU is frowning at. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's European allies is set to gather in London on Sunday, rallied behind President Volodymyr Zelensky after Donald Trump threw him out of the White House and accused him of not being ready for peace with Russia. Stunned by Friday's altercation in the Oval Office, which saw Zelensky depart the White House without signing an expected mineral deal, most European leaders rushed to his defense. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, fresh off his own visit to the White House, says he had spoken to both Trump and Zelensky following the clash and vowed unwavering support for Kyiv. The United States government has terminated its agreement with the Joint United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS an innovative joint venture of the United Nations family, which leads the global effort to end AIDS as a public health threat by 2030 as part of the Sustainable Development Goals. On January 20th, 2025, the President of the U.S. issued an executive order called Reevaluating and Realigning U.S. Foreign Aid, which ordered a 90-day freeze of all foreign aid pending a review of assistance efforts to ensure alignment with current U.S. foreign policy. The 6-week phase of the Gaza ceasefire ends today. The 42 days since 19th January have seen the fair share of uncertainty, hope, grief and anger, but everything that should have happened in that time has. Israeli hostages have been released and Palestinian prisoners set free. At least 4 people have died and several others missing after an avalanche hit the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand. A rescue operation has been underway after the avalanche swept away road construction workers in the village of Mana, which shares a border with Tibet. The Indian Army says 50 people who were buried under snow and debris were rescued, but 4 died from the injuries. Helicopters have been deployed in the search for 5 people who are still unaccounted for in the Himalayan mountain state. In sports, President Bola Tinubu has welcomed Nigerian-born NFL champion Morotoluwa Ojomo, affirming that the athlete's Super Bowl moment and display of Nigerian flag rekindled national pride. President Tinubu praised the athlete's perseverance and emphasized his administration's readiness to collaborate with diaspora talents to accelerate human capital development, especially in sports. The Nigerian-born defensive tackle recently secured his first Super Bowl victory with the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl leagues. Manchester United are reportedly looking into a swap deal for Napoli attacker Victor Osimhen. The Red Devils are prepared to pay €40 million plus Rasmus Højlund, a striker for the Nigeria international. Osimhen, who joined Turkish Super League winners Galatasaray on loan in September, will return to Napoli at the end of the season. As we end the Global News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has paid glowing tribute to the late founding president of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Sam Nujoma. In business, Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has promised that there would be stable power supply in the holy month of Ramadan. On the foreign scene, at least 4 people have died and several others missing after an avalanche hit the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand. And in sports, we told you President Bola Tinubu has welcomed Nigerian-born NFL champion Morotoluwa Ojomo, affirming that the athlete's Super Bowl moment and display of the Nigerian flag rekindled national pride. And that's it on the News Prime. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. You can also download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.